So for today's video, I thought I would do a tag that I've seen floating around in the beauty YouTube community for a while now, and it's the if I could only keep one tag. I think this tag was started by Kelly Gooch, and I will leave her channel down below. So basically you pick one item from each category, like if you could only pick one that you would have to use for the rest of your life, which is obviously like terrible, like why would you ever do that? But that's the tag, so I'm just gonna get started, and for primer, I'm going to pick the Farsali Unicorn Drops. Honestly, I've never been a big believer in primers until I tried this. I've tried a lot of primers and most of them I just don't like. I don't know if it's because of my skin type or because of the products that I put on top of it, but most primers just don't work. Like they just make my pores look even bigger than they are, even though they say they won't do that. They feel weird on my skin, they don't make my makeup last any longer, and this is the only product that I have found that actually makes my makeup look better and not worse. So that would be my first choice for primer. For foundation, I'm going to pick the YSL All Hours. I love this foundation so much. It just makes my skin look so smooth. The finish of it is absolutely gorgeous. It's full coverage, but it's so expensive. Which is why you haven't seen me use this on my channel, because I'm actually out and I'm keeping this so I can film an empties with it. But I love this foundation. It is just... it's too expensive, but I love this foundation. And if I have to start all over and I can only use one foundation for the rest of my life, regardless of the price, then this would be it, hands down. I absolutely love it. And for powder, I know most of you have probably seen me use the, I don't even know if you read the description box, but usually I use the Cover FX powder. And this is because I got this sent to me from influencers, so I've been using it a lot. But before I got this, what I was using all the time is the Maybelline Fit Me, and I love this powder. I think this powder is amazing, and it's also very affordable, so if I'm gonna spend that much money on foundation for the rest of my life, I want my powder to be kind of cheap. So I would choose this Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I would happily use this, not only to set my under eyes, but to set the rest of my face, and like it looks great every time I use it. For bronzer, this is probably not going to come as a surprise at all for any of you, but I will choose the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. This just looks so nice on my skin. It's not too warm, it's not too cool tone, it's just right. Like I love it. The lasting power is amazing. It smells great. It goes with like every look that I want to do, and I think it's so pretty. So that would be my choice for bronzer. So far the choices have been pretty easy, so I'm a little worried now that we're getting into the more fun parts of makeup, because for me, like my base makeup is just not that interesting. Yeah, there are some things that you can change up to make it look a little different, but for the most part, like as long as my base looks good and I'm happy with the way it looks, I don't need to really change it up. And for blush, I was a little torn because I don't have a lot of single blushes. I have a lot of blush palettes and palettes that have multiples in it, so I'm actually going to pick my Morphe blush trio, and this is in the shade Pop of Coral. It looks like this. And I think if I had to only pick one, I mean, I guess I could cheat and pick this whole palette, but if I could only pick one, it would be this shade right here. And I think it looks really good on my skin tone. It's pretty neutral, so, you know, it would go with a lot of looks, and I find it's one of the few blush formulas that actually last all day on my face. So this would be my blush pick, and I absolutely love this palette. It's very affordable, so if you haven't tried the blushes from Morphe, I would highly recommend that you do. Next up we have highlighter, and for highlighter, I guess this is kind of a fan favorite. I'm going to choose this little Becca Champagne Pop. I love this. It's a little cracked, unfortunately. I'm not really sure what happened. But this is just stunning. I feel like it goes really well with the color of my skin. It doesn't look kind of, you know how some highlighters kind of look gray when you turn your face? This one doesn't do this for me, and I absolutely love it. It's the one I reach for when I don't know what to wear. If I just want to pop something on that I know works, this is going to be the one that I pick. The next product is a brow product, which wasn't actually mentioned in the first original tag, but I'm gonna throw this in there anyway, and for me it was between the BH Cosmetics and the ColourPop pencil. For me, I'd say the BH Cosmetics ones, the color I like more, but the formula I like a little bit less than the ColourPop ones. The ColourPop one, I haven't found my perfect shade, but I would go with the one in Banging Brunette, which is the one I'm wearing on my brows today, and I really like it. So yeah, it's also pretty inexpensive, you know, you could keep repurchasing it and it wouldn't break your bank, so that's also a good thing. So that would be my choice for brows. Moving on, for mascara, I'm actually out of this. It is the Bad Gal Bang. I love this mascara so much. I just wish it wasn't so expensive. I don't know if I should do this list based on the stuff that I like or based on what I should be buying money-wise, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of tough, because if I had to repurchase this, which, what I hate about this is I run out in 3 weeks, and I do not want to be spending $30 on mascara every 3 weeks. So if I couldn't, or if I had to actually buy this every time, then I probably wouldn't pick it, and I would pick the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, but this would be my first choice for mascara, for sure. For eyeliner, any black liner in my waterline would be great. I honestly wouldn't even need like a pencil for my waterline. It's not a necessity. It's just something that I kind of like to use for pop of color or fun. Like, I rarely even use black. So for liquid liner though, I would choose, I've mentioned this in so many videos, but this is the DHC liquid liner. I get this on Amazon and it's absolutely amazing. The tip of it, it's just so thin and precise. It reminds me a little bit of the new Fenty one that just came out. It dries down super quickly, which is great for me since I have hooded lids and my eyeliner tends to transfer a lot, so I don't have to sit with my eyes closed for 5 minutes and wait for this to dry. It's great. Now here's where I'm stuck, because I don't even want to start talking about eyeshadow palettes, because this is just, it's just sad. Like, if I had to choose one eyeshadow palette to use for the rest of my life, I would cry, and that would be the end of that. But so I have 3 options here that I just thought I would show you. The first one that I have is this Carity All Matte palette, but obviously, like, having an all matte palette every day, it's not ideal, but I love the colors in here. And if I could put in like 3 shimmers, then I think this would be a perfect palette to use. But since there are no shimmers in it, this will not be my first choice, even though I love all the colors in it. So here are the ones that I'm torn between, because I don't have a lot of palettes with neutrals in it. Honestly, I have no palettes with neutrals in it, so, or I should say all neutral palettes. So this is the BH Festival palette, and it looks like this if you haven't already seen it. The thing with this palette is that there's a lot of mattes, but there was also a lot of shimmers. So the kind of eye looks that you can make with this is very versatile because of the amount of mattes in it. So there's an orange matte, there's a pink, a purple, brown. There's a lot of different mattes. There's a blue matte, and there's a bunch of different lid shades that you could use. So the combinations in this palette are pretty much endless, and I don't think I would get bored of using it. My only problem with this is that I don't think that some of the shimmers are that great. Some of them are pretty good, but it wouldn't like get me excited to use this every day. Now my last option is this Morphe 35B palette. And it looks like this. It's absolutely stunning. I love this palette. Now, my problem here is that the green shades in it kind of suck, so they would be taking a lot of work to really build up, but the rest of the shades are pretty amazing. And even though there's really no neutrals in it, you can make pretty soft looks with it if you wanted to. Like, there are some pretty good pink shades that you could use as transition shades, and I'm not really one to really need any browns in my everyday looks or even looks in general. Like, I think I would get sick of browns more than I would get sick of any colors. So I guess if this would be the one that I had to go with, if I had to choose just one, which is kind of sad because it's not perfect. If I had to choose one palette to use for the rest of my life, it would have to be perfect, and this is not it. But this would be my choice, I think. I think I might regret that, but that would be my choice. And to cap off, I'm going to go to lips, and for lips I would choose actually what I'm wearing on my lips today right now, and this is the Jeffree Star Christmas Cookie lipstick. I love this. This is my perfect nude. I will swatch it for you even though I have it on my lips right now, but it is just, it's really pretty. It's a very, very neutral, kind of a little bit on the brown side, but I really love it, and it's my go-to lipstick. It's the one that I have in my purse every time I go out if I want to put on something that I don't know what I want, I'll put on this and then maybe put a gloss on top. And for gloss, I'm going to pick, I don't even know if I'm allowed to pick gloss, but I'm going to pick gloss anyway. But for gloss, I'm going to choose this Sorbet Pop by Clinique. And it's basically the same color as my lipstick. So if I wanted to have a glossy lip, as you can see, they're very, very similar. And the thing that I like about this is that even if I use it on its own, like it's not so sheer that I need to have a lip liner with it to be able to, you know, like overline my lips a little bit. And the formula is really good. It's not sticky at all. It goes with everything. And it's just one of those like easy pop on glosses. I really like it. So that would be my lip combo. And then to finish off for setting spray, I know this is not in the tag either, but I just want to give an honorable mention to the Skindinavia setting spray. I love this. I do use MAC Fix Plus a lot, but the thing with Fix Plus is that it's not a setting spray. It's like a refreshing mist or a fixing spray. So basically it's used to make sure that all the powders like blend nicely together into your face and that you don't look powdery, but it doesn't actually set your makeup. It doesn't make your makeup last any longer, but this does. Like this thing is amazing. Like it really does make my makeup last so long, and it's almost empty as you can hear. So I need to buy a new one of this because it's just something that I need in my collection. If you haven't done this tag and you have a channel, I'm gonna tag you to do it because I would love to hear your answers. I love seeing what other people's, not necessarily holy grail products are, but the products that they really gravitate towards, that they like to use every day, that are versatile, that are just like, they're perfect makeup products. So if you haven't done this and you have a channel, please do. If you don't have a channel, let me know down in the comments if you like any of the products that I have or what you would have chosen. And that was it for this video. I will see you in my next one. Bye.